What do you think was a lesson? There's so many lessons in the book that you learned from your grandpa, and that are, I think people should read the book for to learn the depth of it. But what's the lesson that you think you carry in your heart the most, that stays with you right now till this day, that you feel lives with you?
Man, it sounds so generic, but I say the work ethic, right? But it's crazy because I could sit here and say, you gotta work, it's the work ethic. But I will also say it's the balance, because it's the one thing that I also learned about my family. And my mom said this, and I never even thought about this aspect of it, was that my grandfather worked so hard. And I think I said this in the book, that was all he knew. So he never actually, I don't want to say enjoyed our family, but he never like went on vacation. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying you got to go to another country or something like that, but just try to make sure that there's balance, and make sure that, of course, you got to work to provide, but make sure at some point you take some time to enjoy the people around you and your family. Because my mom said that the one time that my granddad actually went on vacation was when my grandmother was about to pass away.
Mm.
And so it wasn't until he seen that he was going to lose my grandmother that he was like, okay, I need to do something with her.
Yeah, and you talk about how like he used to finish work at like 7 a.m. to 7:30, and then he started ending at 6.
Yep.
And you were saying like to some people that may not be a big thing, but to you and your family that was huge.
That was huge
because all you saw him do was work.
All we saw him do was work. And when my grandmother died is when anywhere he went, I tried to go with him. And it's tough, man. Like I keep saying, my mom is unbelievable, because I mean, I'll be 38 in a few weeks and I still got mom and dad. And it's not till I got older and I started I was like, man, Mom, you lost mom and dad, so I can't imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah. And how did they process it? Because you say in the book, like how, we don't always do therapy. We don't always talk about it. Like, have you helped them with their grief while you help yours? Do you find it useful as a family to connect, or is it?
It's crazy. I don't think my parents have read the book yet. I'm so excited for them to read it. I want them to read the book, but I also want them to listen to the audiobook, because I did the audiobook so they can actually hear my voice. And I think when they read it, they probably gonna learn some stuff about me that they probably don't know. And I know my family is extremely emotional, and a lot of times we're all working, we're all on the move, we're all on the go. But I think it's gonna be something cool to talk about once they read it.
Yeah. What do you think is gonna shock them the most, or surprise them the most, or something you think that they're gonna be, maybe even, is there anything that would make them uneasy? What do you think?
I don't think anything's gonna be uneasy. Some of it probably be funny. Because I talk about some of me and my brother's like childhood growing up, my parents never talking to us about sex, all this different type of stuff. Yeah. But it's gonna be real cool. And I think they'll probably, I try to tell my parents how much I appreciate them all the time, but hopefully they get more of a feeling of that through the book too.
Yeah. Do you think, you were talking about the hard work and the balance, and it's something that I think all of us who are ambitious or obsessed with figuring out, right? You want to put everything into the thing you love, the thing you were born to do. And at the same time, you realize it's meaningless if the family, the relationship, the friendships aren't there, right? We always hear the term like, no one wants to be lonely at the top, or it is lonely at the top.
Right.